guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. Hopefully this video finds you doing well. Today we're going to talk about one of the newer rares, or the newest rares in the game. Granted, it's been a few months, but it's Frozen Banshee and Gravechill Killer. Gravechill Killer is the champion that we're going to specifically focus in on today's video, as I've already done a video on Frozen Banshee. But these two new rare additions to the game really should be played in tandem if you can build them both up. Obviously, easier said than done, but granted, again, I like that Plarium is adding kind of these a little bit more accessible champions that can still shine in the end game. And granted, they're both kind of niche, mainly only used in Clan Boss, but they're really, really good. You can use these two champions all the way up till Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. Now, this team does require some speed tuning to get the full value out of it. You really want your Frozen Banshee to be faster than your Gravechill Killer if you use them in tandem, because you really want that poison sensitivity down on the Clan Boss as much as humanly possible. Today, I don't have my team speed tuned, but I still want to go over her kit, go over kind of how to equip her, how to build her up mastery-wise, and kind of how we're using the two in tandem and how they play off of each other. Again, I think this is a great option for you guys if you have not looked into her yet in terms of Gravechill Killer. Really nice synergy. Really quickly, I want to go over Frozen Banshee first, and here are the two lovely ladies. They have the same kind of aesthetic too, kind of that really badass sword, and yeah, I just like the aesthetic of both these champions. Not my favorite in the game, but definitely both very, very solid. They look like sisters or something, right? And they're both Undead Horde, both magic affinity as well. Now, Frozen Banshee has poisons on her A1, her A2 is really irrelevant, and their A3, Frost Blight, is a 3-turn cooldown, which adds a poison sensitivity debuff for 2 turns. This is going to cause your poison to do more damage against the clan boss. It's as simple as that. Every tick of poison is going to be doing 25% more damage to the clan boss. It's a great ability. So Frozen Banshee pairs very, very well. I think even better than Kale. Not in a vacuum. Kale is obviously a way more well-rounded champion than Gravechill Killer. But if given the choice just for clan boss, I would actually go Gravechill Killer. And it's not even that close, honestly, in terms of a good. You can actually use all 3 champions too. So it's not an either-or situation. I feel like you can have 3 poisoners if you use these 3 rare champions together. However, in a vacuum though, let's just take a look at Gravechill Killer's kit. On the A1, attack 1 enemy, 50% chance when booked of placing the big version of poison for 1 turn, okay? On the A2, Blood Chill, attacks 1 enemy, and then has a 100% chance when booked again, on a 3-turn cooldown, of placing a 30% decreased defense for 2 turns. However, has a 100% chance of placing a big version of decreased defense instead if the target is under a poison debuff. So she can be not only your poisoner, Gravechill Killer, doing a lot of damage to the clan boss, but also she can be doing the big version of decreased defense. That's very, very good. In a rare champion, it's extremely good. There's nobody like her in the game. We have Wardman, who has a big version of decreased defense, but only the small version of poison. And she's laying way more poisons, because check out the Icy Veins ability. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each hit places, 100% chance, each hit will place, providing you have the accuracy, a big version of poison if the target is under poison sensitivity. So the small version, if that poison sensitivity is not on the clan boss, the big 5% poison if that poison sensitivity is on. Again, on a 3-turn cooldown when booked. This is Icy Veins. The bad thing about Gravechill Killer, I'm just gonna say it outright, guys, is she takes a lot of books. Look at this, level 7, level 5 and more. So 5 levels on the A1 and the A2, and 7 levels on the Icy Veins. Luckily, again, she's a rare book's a little bit easier to come by, but still it bears mentioning. That's a lot of books, and you do need to book this champion in order to get the full value out of her. It's really imperative. You need to get these cooldowns down, and they're way at the bottom of Icy Veins. So just know going into Gravechill Killer, you're gonna need those rare books, okay? In terms of Masteries, so you can see the synergy, right? Poison sensitivity by Frozen Banshee. She's going to be landing 2 of the big versions of poison every 3 turns, and then 1 of the big version of poison, potentially 50-50 on her A1, and the decreased defense big version on her A2. It's like a really nice synergy between these 2 champions. So Masteries. I should mention, by the way, guys, I would not use Gravechill Killer personally, on Clan Boss if I didn't have Frozen Banshee. I would use Frozen Banshee if I didn't have Gravechill Killer. Doesn't mean that she's better. I guess it does. I think that she's a little bit better because there's so many other poisoners and decreased defense champions out there on top of Gravechill Killer, but she's a great rare option. Doesn't mean she's not good. She's great. She's fantastic. But it does mean that I think that Frozen Banshee has overall, I think that you need to pair Gravechill with Frozen. I don't think it's vice versa though. So Masteries. Really want to go down to War Master on offense, as you do pretty much with any Clan Boss champion for the most part. Just getting that extra damage. These War Master procs, 60% chance of inflicting a bonus damage when attacking, equal to 10% of the target's champion max HP, or 4% of the max HP when attacking bosses. All of these procs throughout the duration, especially if you have a counterattack, it's going to be imperative that you have all of your champions on a counterattack team with the War Master offense, even if they're not big offensive nukers or damage dealers. In Clan Boss, it's all about damage over time, and all of these War Masters really add up. I know we mentioned that, like, that's kind of beginner info here, but it bears repeating, right? In case, because I know not everybody watching my videos have to watch every 200, one of the 200 videos I've had here on the channel. Support tree, we just want to be careful of turn meter manipulation. That's why I'm avoiding Arcane Celerity. I'm just going to basically go down here, get the accuracy masteries, and then end with Sniper, have an extra 5% chance of landing those poisons, and then the Master Hexer has a 30% chance of extending those poisons and the decreased defense from Gravechill Killer. So there we go. Let's go ahead and see how I have her equipped, guys. So I posted a community tab poll, and I asked, do you guys prefer if I show a champion in crappy gear or in really good gear? And you said crappy gear. The majority of you wanted crappy gear. Probably not the crappiest gear on Gravechill, to be fair, but I realized something. I've trashed all my non-6-star gear at this point on my account. So that's not the end of the world. I'm just gonna go ahead and collect some really good, some decent 4- and 5-star gear, start using that in the future. Just didn't have any for this video, so I apologize. So I have a life set on her, a life set and 2 speed sets. Again, this team is not speed tuned, so I just wanted to get my speed to around 180 or so, just because I'm going to use her in a variety of different speed Clan Bosses anyway, just to kind of show her off in the Clan Boss. So stat priorities, obviously defense and accuracy and speed are going to be important. I want to build that defense. I'm going to try her out in like Nightmare, Brutal and Nightmare Clan Boss, maybe even an Ultra Nightmare on an Unkillable comp in today's video, but I built her out to basically, I wanted to give her at least 2,500 defense. I easily cleared that. So I think that around 3,000 defense is going to be just fine. So that allowed me to put crit rate gauntlets on her as well. So she's putting out a little bit more damage, especially when we put her in an unkillable team to see what she can do. So again, my total stats here, guys, 33k on the HP, 2,200 on attack. She's an attack-based champion. She has a pretty decent base attack at 1233 as well. Defense 2914, speed 185, crit rate a little bit high at 111, and accuracy right where we want it at 316, okay? You can get by with around 200, 250 accuracy for Brutal and Nightmare Clan Boss, but I like the more accuracy, the better, right? So that's how I have her built out. Again, crit rate on the gauntlets. I have defense on the chest, and I have speed on the boots. Nice defense substat. I'm looking for defense, HP substats, give her a little bit more sustainability, and obviously accuracy. A defense ring, a defense amulet, and an accuracy banner. You could go crit damage if you want to. If you feel like you can keep her alive, you can experiment with crit damage if you build that 100% crit rate like I did. So on my Frozen Banshee, I have not changed her gear in a while. I don't even know what I have on her right now, but it's going to be kind of similar, I guess. I don't have her crit rate high on my Banshee, so it's 313 accuracy with way more defense at 3671. I must have a defensive gauntlets on her, and I do. So that's how I have my Frozen Banshee built out, guys, for this video. So what I want to do is, I'm just going to take her, just because I've been doing this on all my champion reviews, feel free to fast forward 30 seconds if you don't care. Just want to take her into the campaign just to see how hard she hits in a vacuum. She's definitely not a campaign farmer, so don't get that impression. But I like to see like how much damage on 12-3 her abilities are doing, you know, to these mobs. Oops, I put her in Nightmare. That's not going to work out. She's going to die in 2 seconds. We want to have her on Brutal there. Let's see. Can I not stage? Can I have difficulty select? Okay, here we go. I thought you could difficulty select from that screen. Apparently not. So here we go. Yeah. Don't want her to die. Just wanted to see how much she's hitting. So the Blood Chill, 15k. Granted, I have very low crit damage on her. I do have that crit rate up. Her attack is decent, but you can see she's not hitting that hard. I mean, she is definitely not any sort of a campaign farmer, any sort of a big damage dealer, and this is a good affinity matchup for us. On that 2-hitter, her A3, she was hitting for what? 15k each, so 30k. Again, you know, not really illustrating much here other than that she shouldn't be like a main damage dealer. It's not about damage, she's about sustainability, even especially in Clan Boss. I'm just going to go ahead and take you guys to Clan Boss because you don't need to see any more of this. Alright guys, so this is the team that I was kind of messing around with. Going to start out in Brutal here and just kind of take a stroll around Clan Boss. She's also can be used in tandem again with Frozen Banshee and Dragon's Lair. I won't show that in today's video because it's a little bit of a slower run, but it can be consistent because Poison obviously does very, very well along with Poison Sensitivity against the Dragon as well. So definitely can run her in one of those teams. I'm going to take Bad L out to make it a little bit more realistic of a team. For those of you who don't have Bad L, I'm just going to add, I mean, granted still an epic, but I'm just going to add Thenasil for the defense up and see how long we can last here. And I only have 2 poisoners on this team. That's the good thing about Bat L is I like having kind of 3 poison options, but I do want that attack down from Tyrell, even though it's redundant because he has the defense down as well as the Gravechill. But anyway, let's go ahead and just have some fun here and see what this team can do. The idea here is to, hopefully, I'm just going to keep it on auto the entire match. We land that Poison Sensitivity right off the gate, and there goes the 2 big versions of Poison again. And this is going to be the idea here, right? It's just like every single A1 is going to add more Poison from Frozen Banshee. Going to try to get that Poison Sensitivity up. I didn't even compare the speed of Frozen Banshee and Gravechill Killer when I was in there. I'm sure some of you guys might have noted it. I didn't look at it when I was showing both those champions. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But again, here I'm gonna, you know, it's gonna be pretty boring to watch the entire Clan Boss battle. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll watch a couple rounds here. Just, you know, the key with her is you don't want her landing too many of those weak poisons. So again, having that poison sensitivity down with Master Hexer is going to be key. So having that Frozen Banshee nice and fast and appropriately speed tuned is going to be key to getting the full value, not just from her poisons. Well, yeah, just from her poisons. I was going to say also because of her decreased defense, but her decreased defense is fine, 100% fine. And there's the weak version of poison landed right there because no poison sensitivity on that 1 round overlap, right? But as I was saying, all you need is a poison on her to land the big version of decreased defense. On this team, again, doesn't really matter because we have Tyrell. The reason I like having a Bad L in a team like this is because I don't have anybody in lifesteal gear. So the numbers are going to be a little bit lower than they would if you had prioritized lifesteal gear on all these champions because I don't have kind of that cleanser slash consistent heal. However, I do have Thenasil, who I really, really like. I think that Thenasil is one of the more underrated, I guess. I don't know. Is he appropriately rated? What do you guys think? I think him and Mausoleum Mage are probably the 2 best kind of, well, I guess Jarek too. There's a few really good epic support champions, but those are like high level in my opinion at least. I love the fact that he has the strong version of defense up as well as the heal, like a really, really solid heal in his kit as well. So guys, we're going to go ahead and go from here. The damage isn't out of this world, but I think this team should last a decent amount of time. We do have that ally protect from Skull Crusher in this team as well. Yeah, we'll see how we do. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, so not too bad here. We got 5.9 and 5.3 million damage, my 2 biggest damage dealers by far here on the team from Frozen Banshee and Gravechill Killer tandem. So not too bad again here in and to be fair, the team here that I have is just like hand-me-down gear. I don't have like my best gear on the account on any of the other champions. Frozen Banshee and Gravechill Killer are the best equipped out of that team. So that was brutal. What is that? That's going to give us, we're close to getting this. If I had the speed correct, we're close to getting the 1 key there on brutal. Let's go ahead and show her off kind of on end game just for the hell of it. Let's go ahead and try her out in Nightmare here, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and put her with just like a really god tier team. We put her kind of in a more free-to-play friendly team there, you know, for the most part. But let's go ahead and just stick her with some of my best Clan Boss champions and see how we can do. So we will put I guess we'll still go with a Tyrell lead. I just don't have a good defensive-based aura champion other than Tyrell on my account right now. So I guess we'll go with it. Where are you? Right in front of my face somewhere? Yes. And then we'll go with a Dracomorph, and then we'll go with Valkyrie to keep everybody alive. So yeah, let's just see how this team does. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with it. I was like, I could probably get away with maybe Bad L there. I think I can actually go Bad L in the lead instead and just see how we do. So let's go ahead and see what we can do here. I don't have the defensive aura, which is going to hurt me a little bit, but, you know, we'll see. So starting out with the poison sensitivity, we're going to go ahead and land the decreased defense and the weaken there, and then start getting this counterattack on the team. It's going to be a really solid team here in terms of the sustainability with Valkyrie and Bad L, and then we don't need that decreased defense there. It's under poison's sensitivity, so we can go in, add more poisons right there. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and just do this battle, and we'll see how she can do. Want a team against Nightmare now, not Brutal, with a little bit more punch in terms of the overall team power. Alright guys, so not too bad. 24 million overall damage. Didn't put out as much damage as obviously Draco in Frozen Banshee, but more than Bad L at 2.6 million and more than Valkyrie at 3.1 million. So unfortunately don't have her kind of speed tuned. I was going to do an Ultra Nightmare here. It'd be really fun to do, but I don't have her speed tuned, so what is it worth it, you know? Let's go ahead and move over to Dragon. I will show you Dragon's Lair. I said I wasn't going to, but since I can't show you Ultra Nightmare, might as well go ahead and have some fun here. Let's put her in for, let's take out both Cold Hearts and put in the two ladies here and just see how we do with this team. It should be kind of not a super fast team by any stretch of the imagination. It's going to take us a while to actually get to the dragon, but when we do, those poisons should add up pretty quickly here. So let's see. Let me know, guys, by the way, if you have Gravechill Killer, if you use her anywhere else in the game. I really do think that maybe Faction Crypts, again, using both of these Undead Horde Magic Affinity champions in tandem. But other than that, Clan Boss and Dragon's Lair are really going to be where they're pretty much limited to. Very slow. Again, you can see this is going to be a 45-second first wave here. But it's a nice team. It's you know, a more accessible team, again, as we mentioned here. No Void Affinity champions. Scylla the Drake is a daily login reward. So, you know, going to take us a while, but once we eventually get to the dragon, we'll be able to take him or her down. The dragon, a guy or a girl, I don't know. We'll be able to take her down relatively easily. And plus, we have like a nice support on this team. Even if someone happens to die, Syl will be able to pick them up, but I don't think anybody's going to die with Apothecary there on the heels, having those nice stuns. Again, taking a while for things to kind of add up damage-wise, but I really, on this team, in terms of nukage, I only really have War Maiden as kind of my AoE nuker on a Crumbling Blast. But, you know, slowly but surely, as we see here, getting through the first couple waves. So we'll get to the dragon, what, in around a minute and 40 seconds or so? Not too bad. I really like these champions in terms of, I just like that they're tandem champions that aren't tandem champions. You know, I wish that Raid would continue doing things like this, as long as they're rare champions, right? As long as they're a little bit easier to get, then sure. If they're Void Legendary tandem champions, like who really cares, you know? So there's the poison sensitivity and the decreased defense landed on the dragon. Let's see, we got here around 150 or so. Let's see how long it can take us to poison this dragon down. Obviously, poison being the main source of damage here. I can actually take out War Maiden too, because once we get to the dragon, nah, I need War Maiden for the waves. But look at those poisons. I mean, really quickly get those debuffs totally filled on the dragon, hitting for 57,000 a tick because of the poison sensitivity, the decreased defense. We're going to be able to heal everybody up in between. Already have that dragon down to about half health. So not bad. It's really adding up all this poison damage. As you guys know, poison really, really effective against the dragon. So there we go. One more tick, and this one will be over. So not too bad, honestly. You know, having these two in, I expected worse. I expected around like 3 minutes and 30-second run, if I had to guess going in. And the waves did take long, but the dragon we got down in about a minute, maybe a little bit over a minute. Okay, there it is, 247. So not too bad when all said and done. Again, Frozen Banshee 1.3 million, War Maiden 1.1, and Gravechill all kind of playing an equal part or so at 830 damage. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck with Gravechill Killer if you have her. I think she's a niche but very, very effective and powerful champion, especially when paired with the Frozen Banshee. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.